What's up, guys? Holding Alex with you here, bringing you Fairytail final season anime review. This was episode 295 or 18, depending on where you watch it. It was titled Across 400 Years. We get that epic continuation of Natsu and Zeref, what's going to conspire between their bout. And Natsu had hurt Zeref very badly, but you can tell that he's also very exhausted. And he states that he has one more shot left in that arm for another attack. And Zeref just states that attack can kill him. So before Natsu actually goes in for that last one, Zeref tells him, like the title says, what happened in the last 400 years. And Zeref told Natsu everything. He told him that you really are an END. Natsu, I forgot how you pronounce it, but the definition. Analyst, whatever the heck that E word is pronounced, Natsu Dragnell. So ether, Natsu Dragnell. But he told him that. He told him about the dragons sending themselves and the kids together. The ether nanos from this world, because it's more popular here in this future than it was back then. He told him about Anna, Layla, and the history, and why Lucy's mom disappeared at the same time as the dragons came. It's because she was the one who technically opened the gate for them to come over, I guess you could say. Actually, no, Anna, I'm sorry. Anna was the one who opened the gate to send them. So, and I believe Lucy's mom, she didn't want Lucy to take this responsibility, so she did whatever she did, but we probably won't get more of whatever she did. Because we know she was supposed to be the second place one to open the gate if something would have happened, but that information is kind of fishy. And Brandis knows some stuff as well, but she's not speaking on it, so. But it's nice to see how Lucy, intertwines with, Natsu's past. Because Anna was actually friends with, Zeref. And she was also friends, I believe, with, Igneo, because we found out that Zeref was actually friends with Igneo. So if Zeref is friends with Igneo, but he knew Anna as well, you can kind of contemplate that Anna probably knew him as well. That hasn't been confirmed yet, but I'm just taking a random guess because, friends are friends, so if he's always speaking to one, they're eventually going to meet, you know what I'm saying? If you have two friends that you're always hanging out with, separate, eventually those two friends are going to eventually meet, so. And they might become friends, so maybe that's the situation between them. Or maybe not, who knows. This is a random guess, but Natsu didn't believe anything he said because, Happy was not at first he kind of believed it and he was shocked, I guess. But then thanks to Happy saying don't believe it, it's all lies, Natsu went with it. And he went to go to that final attack. And Zeref did something very interesting. He took out the END book, the Ethereal Natsu Dragnell, and thing, and he actually blasted the book with a magic shot. And Natsu felt the pain from it. And he was like, it always was difficult as a kid, even to read and teach and educate. And it's funny because if you remember Natsu's flashback, Ezra was the one who had to teach him all that stuff. And she beat it into him, literally. So, because even Igneo could teach him how to read and stuff. All he knew was the words of food. So I like how they tie in all that old childhood memory and stuff and all the things that we know about Natsu and Lucy, and they just tying everything in. And we don't know who else is tied in, because we know Anna and Layla was Celestial Wizard and they are part of that gate. And we know Lucy in the Grand Magic Games, in the end she had to get off with Yukio, the other Celestial thing from Sabretooth, so that was nice and all. But Natsu was like, I don't care if I die. Yeah, this hurts, but as long as I take you with me and protect my friends, that's all that matters. And he went in for that last kill, and Zeref was gonna take it, because, he wanted to die, but, he told Natsu that if I die, you coming with me. He did tell him that, and Happy didn't like that, so Happy grabbed him. And you see his paws are burning, but he still grabbed him. And he picked him up, and they just ran off. And Natsu's upset, but Happy started to cry and say, you're my friend, I don't want you to go. Don't you think of me as a friend? And Natsu started to calm down more, and as he started to calm down, we see his tattoo dissipates. So I guess he could no longer use that power. And Zverev himself did state that there is no one who could defeat me. And he told Andrew, give me close fitting of an emperor. But he had like this malicious, evil look in his eyes of craziness with like the little swerves that he usually gets when he's like in his evil mode. So, and after that, we get to see what the other battlefields are like. We have Hagen City in the north. We have Illuminous Scale and Mermaid Hills there, and they were doing pretty good at first, but then Demiria and Wall, stepped in and they kind of messed things up. And when it came to Demiria, she clashed blades with Kaguya, and Kaguya, as strong as she is, excuse me, she actually got hit by one of her attacks, and she doesn't know how she did it. And the attack, all it did was just rip off her top shirt of her kimono. But, the fan service is going to be crazy next week if this keeps happening. But I don't believe that there's nobody in Luminous Scale or Mermaid here that can compete with Demiria. And don't forget that Wall is there. And we also know that there's one more member there of the Speaking 12. But he's a loner type. And he's hiding in the ship. They did foreshadow his image. So they have 3 members so far out of 12 of the Speaking 12 there. So I don't think nobody in either of those 2 guilds can handle them, to be honest, even with an army. But then we switch over to the south side, where we get Sting and Vogue's Sabertooth Guild, and we also get Blue Pegasus who's with them. And they fighting a whole bunch of people, and they knocking people out, and it looks like they're winning too, until one of my favorite Spreegans come up, Bloodman. Now, I'm not going to say any spoilers, but Bloodman is a very, very interesting character. There is going to be some kind of controversy with him later on, but I might have to break down and explain in a whole other video. But Bloodman is one of those people that I like a lot. So, but he shows up and we see someone from Sabertooth just like spit up blood, and their eyes are like complete white and his veins are popping out. So I'm assuming he's dead. And I know there's other people as well that are dead. But of course, all the people that are dead are like fodder characters from each guild. You don't have no main members that are dead yet. But this is a fairy tale, so we know how it is. Only the bad guys die. Really. It's really rare for a good guy to die unless they already dead and they just came back temporarily. But we switch over to the east side after that. And the east side is very interesting because we got our 4 Wizard Saints there, the top 4, versus the top 4 of the Emperor, our Emperor, and we see God Serena, who's the traitor, and they got real mad at him. We see the assassin, his mage, Jacob, and we see the Wizard King, August. Now, there was supposed to be another person there in their group, but this person, she's very, how can I put it? They trying to not reveal her, because of once you see her, you're gonna think of somebody else. And we did see her real quick glance in the openings, the old and the new one. She was in there, but it was like a real quick glance. They ain't really focused on her, so she was supposed to be there because it was supposed to be 4 versus 4, but she ain't show up yet. But when she does show up, I know a lot of people that are anime onis are gonna lose their minds. Because when I read it in the manga and she showed up, I was like, what? But that's a whole nother story for another time. Then we see that, as you see in the thumbnail, it ends off with Happy taking Natsu back to the guild, but Natsu's not functioning. He's just there lifelessness. So either A, he got super overheated and exhausted because of that tattoo magic spell, the Dragon Force, Supreme Dragon Force, or thanks to Zverev shooting the Book of an End, his life is probably getting cut in half or something, or he's slowly dying. One of the two. Again, this is Fairytail. We know that nobody really dies unless they're bad guys. So, but it's still very concerning to see what might happen to Natsu or not. So hopefully he'll be okay. But yeah, episode 295/18 of Fairytail final season. Really great episode. If you haven't watched it, I advise you to go watch it. If you already watched it, go watch it again. Great episode. Very sad stuff with Natsu, because it's like he has to find a way to defeat Zeref without getting killed himself, because they connected. But if the book gets destroyed, then he just gets destroyed. So it's like Natsu's life is really easy to actually get lost in this war than it is to anything else. Not to mention, I believe Zeref still got the book, even though there's a hole in it now that he punched in, but he still has it. So, but like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get notified whenever I post the upload. Please follow me on Twitter. Link will be down below. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Have a good one, and peace out.